But what we are going to do today is we are going to talk about a certain anime. Now, we are going to just, talk about it and stuff, and we're going to tell you our predictions. And so, Matthew here is going to talk about it.
Okay, so we're gonna be talking about like the new characters that are gonna be coming new to One Piece, and then we're gonna be talking about their order that they're in from the strongest to the weakest. Right now, the strongest would be Luffy, and the weakest is Nami. And then we're gonna be talking about their bounties, and it might seem high, but that's how much of a threat they are to the world government. Just so you guys know. Because there's a lot of complaints in other videos about like too high of bounties. So just to explain One Piece a little, if you don't know it, then One Piece is about this kid, Monkey D. Luffy, who wants to become a pirate king, of course, which is like the ruler and the best pirate of all the other pirates. You guys can look up like more about it, like the crew and stuff, but you might not want spoilers, so you can just watch it. It's really good. You can take our opinion and like thousands of other people.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I mean, we can understand if you're not into pirates.
So but it's not just like pirates. There's also there's these things called devil fruits, which Kevin can explain.
Devil fruits.
Once you stop the video now, if you don't know anything about One Piece, because you won't understand the video. And it involves spoilers, so if you don't want to like have the whole series ruined, you can go watch that now. Just telling you guys that before we begin. So we're gonna start with new Straw Hats, Jinbe. Like, we're not saying the order they're gonna join in, we're just saying the order that we have them in right here.
Yeah.
Jinbe is gonna probably join Luffy's crew. We think that mostly because he already promised Luffy that he would be, and he said it himself. He just needs to finish a few things. That his life is devoted to Luffy. So like
he's a very, very like loyal character. He almost died trying to save Luffy from when his brother died. But even after he helped Luffy not get depressed when he was training, and he's just a really, really good character, and also he has good powers that would go very well with the crew.
And the people that like argue about this, like, oh, he doesn't like attribute to the crew because he doesn't have like something like Nami's the navigator or Sanji's the cook.
Yeah, that's true. But
he would be the merman. He would be the merman. They don't have any merman.
Yeah, and not to mention, we saw him in action with the Straw Hats when they're versing the fish people. We saw him with the Straw Hats fighting hand in hand. That he can be a part of the crew. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's very likely.
He's a great fit for them. You know how like everyone's weird in the Straw Hat crew just a little bit. Like Nami had her problems and stuff, and like Robin's super creepy. Chopper's just like all out like a monster.
Sanji's a perv.
Yeah, Sanji's perverted, and like actually, Frankie's a little more perverted.
No, they just call him perverted.
Yeah, they just call him perverted. The only perverted thing he does is wear like tights. That's more weird. He should be called like the weirdo of the group or something.
Yeah, I mean, he builds stuff, so I mean that's contributing. Jinbe. He can contribute because I don't think any of the Straw Hats can breathe underwater. Yeah. So if they had to go somewhere, then he could be very helpful if it was in the sea. Like when the Straw Hats got back together the first time and they set sail and they went in the ocean, they all had trouble fighting in the ocean because they can't breathe and it's hard to move. But for Jinbe, it'd be much easier because that's like his element,
Yeah, he can pretty much control water using like his kung fu stuff or anything. So Jinbe, like in the group for Jinbe, you know how we saw like Mermen on Merman Island, and you know how like Arlong made his own pirate crew and stuff. I don't think those are the only pirate crews they're gonna see, like Arlong and Hardy. They're gonna see a lot more pirates merman pirates, and they're gonna need someone to defend them underneath water, which they cannot do without a merman. So that's why I think he's definitely gonna join their crew. Like, cause Luffy can't go in, like half of Luffy's crew can't go in the water. Like maybe the only one's Zoro or something, and still he's not that good in the water. So the next person that we think is gonna join the crew is Bartholomew. So
the only time we have seen him so far is with barriers. Anyways, the point is that
he saved a bunch of people.
He only saved 2, but he does barriers. He loves the Straw Hat crew, and he has good personality. Like, he doesn't care what people think of him. That's I can totally relate to him, but he would be very useful because of his power.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're gonna need a shield. Like, if
they need like somebody to protect the crew, and like they also. He's like a perfect fit. He's a weird person. Just like everybody in the crew is weird. He's a weird person. And
it's not that they're weird. It's just each of them have something special about them. Like,
yeah, well, they're like weird, but not in a bad way at all.
Yeah, like in a funny way. Like
cool and weird.
Yeah, like
everyone there.
Like, Luffy will just jump into action even though if they don't have a plan.
Yeah,
like that's just hilarious. And
and like Zoro doesn't even care about anything. He's always getting lost. Like, they just needed to add that just to make it a little more funny. Well, this is like Bartholomew. Like, everyone hates him because he's just like, he just doesn't even give a shit about like anything. He just like walking through and he's picking his nose, flicking at people.
Yeah, but that's why the Straw Hats needed him.
Yeah.
He would be a perfect fit.
People say that he's not a good, like, he's never going to join the crew because he has his own crew, and I don't know if they mentioned that. They might have mentioned if he had a crew or something. I'm pretty sure he does. But, like, why wouldn't he join the crew? Why wouldn't he join Luffy's crew? He's his hero. If he had a chance to join his hero's crew, I'm pretty sure he would. He doesn't care about his entire crew as much as he cares about Luffy.
Yeah.
Like, he'll quit in a second.
And you guys might be wondering about now, why the heck are we talking about who's going to join their crew, like all these predictions? The reason we're talking about these things is because in the future, the director of One Piece says that he wants to continue One Piece for 10 more years.
At least 10 more years.
Now, keep in mind, One Piece is already to 670, almost to 700 episodes. And he says they're going to continue for 10 more years. Now,
that's at least 300 more episodes.
That's probably more.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
So there has to be more people joining the crew. Because they're not going to just leave the crew like that. They have to add some more spice to it.
The guy also said that he was going to add they actually asked him if he was going to add more Straw Hats. And he said, yes, there will be more Straw Hats. He didn't say one Straw Hat. He said more Straw Hats.
Yeah, so we don't know how many, but we know there's at least way more than at least
like 3.
Like, there's probably at least going to be 3. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, also,
and, I just remembered her name. The gladiator, her name's Rebecca.
Oh, yeah, Rebecca.
That's who Bartholomew
And he also saved the whole crowd of people against that King's Punch. I forget that guy's name also.
Yeah,
but
and
his punch could take down a kingdom, and he just had to go like this.
Like, he just had to go like this, and he blocked it. That's how strong.
We got an astronomer. Like, these guys, we have 2 guys that we don't even name them. We're just going to say astronomer, and we also have painter. We think there's going to be an astronomer in their group. Okay, first of all, because I'm not sure where this rumor came from, but I kind of believe it's true, honestly, because all that weird stuff that happens in One Piece, it doesn't seem that far-fetched. That, you might not actually know this, but what was that guy's with the long ear? He was God. He called himself God. Oh, God Ezel, or Ezel.
Got it. What?
He's from the Sky Island. Okay, do you guys remember him?
I remember him.
He's like, he called himself God.
Yeah.
In whatever chapter or whatever.
Why do you think they're gonna?
He says, like, I forget where the rumor's from. It might even be from the director again. But apparently he's in space with space pirates. Now, there's that. Even if he's not, I still think that an astronomer is probably going to join Luffy's crew just for a reason for someone to join his crew.
Wait.
That's just a reason for someone to come in. I'm an astronomer.
And,
we don't have an astronomer.
And as we were saying before, weird things about each character. Another weird thing about Luffy is if anyone has a cool power that he likes or something looks cool, he will want them to join his crew.
Yeah.
He'll just go, want to be part of my crew? And they'll just stare at him.
Yeah.
I think they were walking trees or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, want to join my crew? And, so, just imagine in space, this leads to a whole nother, league of pirates. Not higher or lower, we don't know that yet. But they could be, they can make anything out of this.
Yeah,
I mean, just imagine, space pirates. I can't picture that. But in this anime, they have made so many things.
They went underwater. Why not go in space? They made it so you can bubble your thing. Why wouldn't they have that in space too? That makes perfect sense. They just do this whole bubble thing on their ship again and go up in space. Same idea, except they're probably going to take another route, how the water bursts up and they carry it up. They're probably going to do something like that again, or that mountain where the river went up it, how they got into the Grand Line. So an astronomer will probably be a great part of Luffy's crew. And, they probably need one to help out Nami. Nami knows a lot about weather, but she knows nothing about stars or anything. The closest person that might is Robin, maybe. And, even then, we already saw a lot, but we're not even, we just got in the second half of the Grand Line, and so many weird things are already happening. There's probably so much more that we don't even know about.
And...
Guys, here's an easy one.
Yeah.
Bellamy. Bellamy's probably going to join the crew.
Yeah.
Because, everyone, he's crying, and he already said, I made the wrong guy, my idol. He accidentally made, who was idol? He accidentally made...
Huh?
Young Master. Doflamingo. He accidentally made Doflamingo his idol, and he's like, I picked the wrong idol. I should have picked you.
And
he's attacking him. If you guys watch the manga,
and then Bartholomew saved him because
in the first place,
Doflamingo sent someone to kill him.
Yeah, and Luffy's the one that made Bartholomew save him in the first place. So,
but the one thing that I just think he'll be one of those characters that just leaves, and then when Luffy's in danger, out of nowhere he'll come. Just like when he didn't see Robin for a while, and then he bumped into her, and then she became part of the crew.
Yeah.
And just like with
he saw her right after.
I mean, either way, I think he could become part of the crew.
Yeah, Bellamy. Luffy's probably gonna take a few hits from Bellamy, and he's not even gonna do anything. Luffy's just gonna be like, okay, you can keep fighting me. You're my friend. I won't fight back.
I think
and he's probably gonna do something how.
No, he's not his friend.
No, remember, Bellamy, he's like, go Bellamy in the battle when Bellamy was fighting everyone. He was cheering Bellamy on and saying, don't stop.
Yeah.
And Bellamy gained respect for him, and now Luffy respects him as well. And
I think this is gonna go in two ways. Yeah. I think it could be. I'm sorry to make this comparison, but I think it could be like Pokemon, where in the anime, Ash just walked away and and these Pokemon came up to him and just wanted to be with his crew, and so we can relate this to One Piece because it could be like Bartholomew was like, whoa, Luffy, you are so powerful. I want to join your crew. I want to try to find that One Piece, or I think it'd be like what I said before, where he leaves, still is okay with Luffy. Or he might do something bad in the future, but in retrospect, I think if Luffy gets in trouble again in this second situation, that he would come back and just save him out of nowhere. That's what I think.
Well, T is gonna save him. Luffy, you can tell. When Bellamy's just about to fight him in the manga, and I know we didn't get that far yet in the actual show, but he's just about to fight him. He's bouncing off the walls and everything. And remember, Luffy can't take physical damage, so Luffy might not even do anything. He'll probably pull what he did on Usopp. He'll fight him at half speed, but his final blow will probably be like a deafening blow because he thought of Usopp as a friend but also as a man, like when they were back in like Water 7. So it's probably gonna be something like that, and he's probably gonna join the crew like that again, like how he did with Usopp. And like Bellamy, like if he beats Doflamingo, Bellamy will have nowhere else to go.
No,
and Luffy's gonna be like, join my crew, Bellamy, and Bellamy's just gonna be like, yeah, and just like crying up and everything.
If that could be a third option. If Luffy asks him if he wants to join, he could think about how Luffy's crew improved so much in 2 years. So if Bellamy wanted to become stronger so he could get revenge on Doflamingo if Doflamingo doesn't die, then I think that could be something too.
Yeah. Well, Doflamingo is probably gonna die.
We don't know
like,
that.
Despite everything, it's Luffy and Trafalgar Law against him, and you know how strong Luffy's gotten.
But Trafalgar Law is hooked up, and let's not get into this debate. But
no, he gets on.
No. Let's not get into this debate.
Okay. Last guy, guys, is the Painter. We think a Painter's gonna join his crew, probably because it's the most like cliche thing, you know. Like it's obvious he's probably gonna get a Painter. He got a musician. Why not a painter? And it's just another excuse to get a Straw Hat. Like, just give him a characteristic, and an easy one is that he's a painter for the Straw Hat crew, and the director's probably just going to go with that and make a painter. He's probably going to have something like a move like Doflamingo's, like, underling had, where she, like, makes art and everything. There's probably another devil fruit like that eventually. He's going to come across someone with it, and that's how they're going to get it. Him and their crew. He's probably going to be like, oh, that's cool, join my crew.
Each person that has joined his crew has a reason to join
but,
it.
like,
They're not an
there's
excuse.
going to be a reason. There's definitely going to be a reason. No, I'm just saying the excuse is that he's a painter. Like, they can't just add random people to the crew that don't attribute. They're not going to add another swordsman. We know that because there's already, like, 2. So.
Okay, well, we don't know. Sorry. We don't know if they're not going to add another sword. I mean, we don't even know if he has 2 swordsmen. I mean, he has Sanji. No, not Sanji. Zoro. I'm so sorry. Zoro and, what's his name?
Guys, sorry about this, by the way. We know a lot of the guys' names. We watch, like, every episode. We're just really bad. It's not that we don't know anything.
Yeah.
We just forget the names.
Not to mention there are so many characters in One Piece. There are so many. Because there's so many episodes. Like, I mean, there's probably over, like, 200... No, not 200, but, well, maybe 150. But there's a lot of characters.
There's, like, a new character in every, like, 3 episodes.
It's so crazy. But, just continue. So, I mean, you don't know if there's... I mean, there could. Like, there could be more of anything. I mean, maybe,
there's probably going to be another, like, ranged guy. Something, like, with bombs or, like, arrows or something.
Nah.
Like... Well, like, I don't think they're just going to have him as a sniper. They're probably going to have another guy that's ranged, because they can't just have Usopp having far range.
But he said he's going for 10 more years, the director. And if he said that, then don't you think the Straw Hats are going to improve? What if Usopp has another power? He could be, like, awesome. Like,
Yeah, Usopp's probably going to get Devil Fruit also, just putting that out there. Like, when you think about it, he's never in the water. Like, why not? He's probably going to get something, like, you know how that guy, like, he just had to touch something, and then he could throw something and automatically went to that on, like, Fishman Island. It's going to be something like an aim thing.
Yeah, but...
And he's probably going to get hacky, too, because he's pretty wimpy as of now. He's cool. He's cool, but he's wimpy.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
He is braver than he was before. We have to admit that.
He's braver, but he's not that much braver.
I don't know. But, anyways, why don't you tell us the rankings?
Okay, so the like, from Luffy being the strongest, we're gonna go, let's actually go from the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
So the weakest would be Nami. Like, that's for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I don't think on the second half of the Grand Line, you're gonna find anybody, like, that weak, because they got to the second half in the first place. You're not gonna find anybody weak anymore. It's just gonna be strong people from now on. Like, yeah, and Usopp being the second weakest, they're gonna kind of stay as the weakest. But Usopp probably going to be wanted a lot, though, because you know how they call him God Usopp in the manga, like, and, they actually caught up in the show, too. They called him God Usopp because, like, he had to kill that guy, and they thought he killed him, so they called him God Usopp. He's probably going to be known as that in his wanted poster, too. We'll get into that. Third guy is Chopper. Like, you kind of agree with that, right? Because Chopper has that ability where he can be stronger, but I kind of think, like, that's not that strong anymore. Like, it's strong. He doesn't take bullet damage, but then again, nobody does anymore.
Not to mention that Chopper's a doctor. Doctors aren't warriors. When you see the warriors, only Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro are the main three that go into any fight. Even Frankie's not. I mean, but he does it for fun. Like you see in the recent episodes, he's fighting the army, he's fighting Doflamingo's minions, but he's doing it for fun. He's laughing just for a distraction. Like that's him. He's not doing it for like. I mean, he is.
Not really
but,
like he's a warrior. He's a cyborg, but he's not really like strong. He just like killing people for fun, really. And like, Chopper's like think about the Pirate King's crew. Remember, the Doctor, you couldn't even tell he was on the Pirate King's crew because he had no really special attributes except that being a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Chopper actually has a devil fruit is pretty cool to me. Like, they don't even have to do anything more to him. He's pretty cool. I thought at first he would be pretty overpowered, and then as soon as I saw that beast mode, I was like, yeah, way overpowered. But now I'm thinking, like, he's just regular for the second half of the Grand Line. Because he has, like, that 7-level transformation, and now he's even more transformations because he has Kung Fu and stuff. It's not 7-level anymore. Like, why does everyone keep saying that?
Alright, why don't we go to the next one?
Okay. Bellamy. Bellamy doesn't seem that strong, honestly. The only reason he's on the second half of the Grand Line is because he was in, like,
because he looked up to Doflamingo, and Doflamingo wanted to use him, so...
He was kind of an assassin, too. Like, I'm not sure how he would be an assassin, though, because he bounces off things and makes a really loud sound. But let's not get into that. That's the only reason he was in the second half of the Grand Line.
Yeah.
He was kind of just, like, the weakest guy in Doflamingo's crew, but he looked pretty tough. He wasn't really. Like, as you saw, he got easily defeated by Bartholomew. Oh, also, in this ranking, we're also using the guys that we think are going to be in the crew. Next person is Brooke. Brooke's right after Bellamy because he is not that strong, but then again, you can't see him coming, and he freezes people.
You know, if Brooke, Brooke sometimes can be serious.
Yeah.
Like when he was trying to get his sword back. Or no, his body back.
Yeah.
Sorry, his body. When he was trying to get his body back, like he can fight, and now that he's stronger, I am sure that he will, you know, go. I guess.
And he has that soul thing. He can make people like thinks that they're looking at one thing, and they're actually looking at something else.
And now he can become a ghost, apparently.
So, that's really cool.
So I mean,
I think he's gonna like in the future be able to go into dead bodies or something. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could see him doing that. But
or like even living bodies and take over the body.
Yeah.
But that would probably be too overpowered.
But here, go to the next one.
Okay, so right after Brooke is the painter. I just feel like they're gonna have stronger people in the second half of the Grand Line, except for Bellamy, really. So if anybody joined their crew, it's probably gonna be right after.
The reason we say this is after the second Grand Line, or it's second half. Second half of the Grand Line, there's really strong. Like you have to be strong to survive. So why would anyone weaker why would they encounter anyone like that?
Like first of all, Luffy wouldn't let someone weaker join his crew. Like it's not that he leaves out people. It's just that Luffy usually goes for the people he thinks are cool, and I don't think he's gonna go up to a weak person and be like, "Join my crew" for no reason, unless it was he looked cool or something for some reason.
Not only that, he does understand them, and in each situation that he's let someone join, he's gotten to know them. So he has to get to know the person before they join, you know?
Yeah.
Or before everyone else lets them join.
And that might be like the next what's it called? Like book or something series.
Manga.
What they call it?
Manga.
Yeah, the next manga. Like the chapter of One Piece
Yeah.
might be like the painter or something. Next is Robin. She got pretty strong. She can make giant feet out of the earth and like stuff, and she can pound people. She can make wings on her back so she can fly and whatever. And I think she's next because like she's one of the biggest threats in Luffy's crew also. Like that's why he's one of the strong.
I think I would put Robin below Chopper and Brooke.
No,
just for the reason.
Wait.
Just for the reason that, I mean, I can't picture Robin winning a fight like that. I can't.
Well, that's because she's not an assassin, but she's still pretty strong. Like they need her in her crew. She has a lot of stuff to like with the crew.
I guess.
Like,
but...
okay, I know she doesn't seem that strong yet or anything, but if you think about it in the way that Luffy, he trained with Rayleigh and he got strong that way, and that's because his master was strong. And Zoro trained with the best swordsman in the world, and that's why he got super strong. Now, it doesn't specify yet who she trained with, except that it was in the, what was it again? What are they called?
What?
Like, so Robin trained with the Revolutionary Army, and it doesn't specify, but that might mean that she trained with the Dragon, or someone like, Monkey D. Luffy's brother. What's his name? Well, anyway,
Ace.
What?
Ace.
No, his other brother.
Ace.
Honestly. His other brother. Do you not watch the
Oh, yeah. His other, what's his name?
They showed it by now, either way. What's his name again?
Who?
Okay, well, anyway, she might have trained with Dragon. You're gonna have to edit out a bunch of this, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Alright, now
she might have
start
trained
over
with-
again.
Of Robin?
Here, 1, 2.
Okay, so Robin is pretty strong because you know how Luffy trained with Dark Lord Rayleigh and he got strong that way, and Zoro trained with the best swordsman in the world and he got strong that way? Well, Robin trained with the Revolutionary Army, which might be someone like Dragon or maybe someone a little weaker than that, but still pretty strong. Because over the time skip, she trained with them, so she might have some hidden abilities still. And so yeah,
I guess.
like she's more of a threat. That's kind of what I put her up higher.
Yeah.
Like, if you put, I guess, if it was like flat out strength, she'd probably be lower in the ranks.
Yeah.
But she's more of a threat, and therefore she's viewed as stronger. So that's why I put Robin there. Next is the astronomer. Oh no, I just see the astronomer as a stronger person again. Second half of the Grand Line.
Yeah.
Just a stronger person. I kind of fitted him in the mix. It just seems like an astronomer would have some cool power, like maybe a gun, like a futuristic gun or something, or maybe just like a bunch of technology, kind of like Frankie, but more like
we need
more like modern, like version of Frankie, and not like not a cyborg. Next person, or if the astronomer is Frankie, he's strong because I forget where they said this, but it's said that Frankie is stronger than his like whole body and everything is stronger than that of the, like, you know how they made Kuma robots, like robots to that guy Kuma, like he's stronger than any of those robots, so he's probably going to be up there too in strength, and he already has some pretty cool abilities, and he makes all these giant suits, so I only see him to get stronger and stronger and stuff. So yeah, he's pretty cool.
I mean, in the recent ones, he's survived fire. Usually robots can't do that. They just melt. But he is made of, like, he is
like a stronger substance than steel.
Yeah,
first of all, his fin is stronger than that of a regular human. He has guns with, like, as it seems, unlimited ammo.
His hair can be made into, like, the tank size like kind of gun or something.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to shoot.
He even has his own robot that's kind of like a transformer that he can just go in and just like destroy everyone. Like it's so that's why we put him there, and then
so that's why he's pretty much like up highly ranked, and you have to remember, the whole Straw Hat crew couldn't defeat one of those robot Kumas. Now he can defeat it in like one punch. Like before the time skip, the Straw Hat crew couldn't be one of them. Now, that was the real Kuma they were facing, but they probably still couldn't beat one of those guys. But now, like, Frankie can single-handedly take one out easily.
Yeah.
So the next person, Bartholomew. I think, like, Jinbe, Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are all above him because they use Haki. Like, I'm not sure if Jinbe used Haki, but after, like, the time skip and everything, I'm pretty sure he does.
Let's go to the reason why he's above everyone else. The reason we put him there is because when the king did that huge punch,
everyone else in the crew that's lower than him would have been killed.
Yeah, he just blocked it. Like, just with a flick of a hand, just, like, blocked it completely. And he wasn't even trying. So imagine him trying. Like, that's some serious power.
Yeah, he just has to put up a wall. And remember, it's not, he doesn't just block. He can make that undefeatable, unbreakable barrier and slam it against someone with all his force.
We don't even know if this is the limit to his power.
He might be able to put people in a box that they can't get out of. Like, even if it's like,
you just squish
you know how like Sir Crocodile could like get out of any situation? Even Sir Crocodile couldn't get out of that, even though he's sand. So yeah, and he might even have Haki. He didn't even go full power yet, so we don't know. The only reason, like, he might have actually won that tournament thing if Luffy wasn't in there. Like, he probably would have actually, because he can beat anybody there, like, no matter how strong they are. They can't break his barrier. And the only reason he didn't fight back against Luffy or Luffy's brother that fought for him is because they were his idol. So the next person is obviously Sanji. So Sanji's, Jinbe, sorry. Jinbe, because I think, this is kind of a dumb reason, but it's I think because Zoro and Sanji were with him the whole way, and I always see them as being like Zoro always has to be Luffy's first mate, so he's always going to be number 2, and Sanji always has to be right after Zoro, because they're always going head to head, you know? Even though those fights they do every now and then are just like for fun, like goofy, they're just like kicking and like stabbing each other. But
we just can't see Jinbe above them. It's hard to picture, and we put him above everyone else because, like we were talking about the barrier guy before, he is strong, but Jinbe has much more experience. Not only does he have much more experience, but yes, he can control water. He's like the water. He not only does he have water, but he has like water style fighting or something.
Yeah, he's like the ninja stuff. But the only reason he's not above like Sanji and Zoro is because like he's slow. He's pretty slow. You have to like not in the water, but like his fishman kung fu takes a while to develop. Like it's not just like blam and he shoots it out. Yeah, he has to go like this and form it, and then he has to go like this. Even a Hardy had to go like make the little balls and then shoot them out. Yeah, you can say that in the water he would win, but even in the water, like Matthew was saying, like he takes time. So if it takes time, the Straw Hats are slicky. They're tricky, and you know they could do Zoro or Sanji. They could do something. I mean, you saw them fight in the water. They're not hopeless. Yeah. So I mean, you know. And you guys have to remember, this is just for now, what we think right now. Yeah, like later on, maybe if it's like 4 years later and Jinbe still hasn't joined the crew, we might be like, hey, by the time he joins the crew, Bartholomew and Frankie might be above him. Just because, like, at this point, he's probably like, if he joined the crew now, he'd probably be like a great addition, probably because he knows a lot about like the Grand Line, second half of Grand Line. but that'd probably be boring for us. That's why they're gonna join him later when everyone's caught up on knowledge of the Grand Line and everything, and everyone's like right at like with Jinbe in knowledge about islands and stuff. Then they're gonna have him join in, because if they have him join in now, nothing's gonna be a surprise anymore. Jinbe's gonna be like, I know that.
I mean, what could happen is that Doflamingo, like they're cornered, I guess, with Doflamingo's guys and Doflamingo himself, and then Jambi comes in and then whoops them. Not whoops them literally, because he's not invincible, but I mean, he could help, and then that could like get him accepted. I mean, he's already accepted if he wants to.
But he's probably not going to join now.
Yeah,
he has too much knowledge, and it wouldn't be fun if the Straw Hats had that much knowledge.
Yeah.
Who I think is going to come in and save the Straw Hats is probably going to be either Shanks, Blackbeard might fight the other big person. You know how there's Big Mom. Blackbeard might just want to defeat Big Mom or something, and they get in a fight, and then Luffy just has to be Doflamingo and escape or something. So, yeah, let's not get into that. Next is Sanji. I already told you he has to be after Zoro.
Yeah. You guys already know the rest of the list. So I think we're done with the list. This is just our predictions for One Piece. I mean, this is just a review of what we think of One Piece and what our predictions are, and this is just gonna be a test. I hope you guys enjoyed. If this is well, maybe we'll do other future videos. Maybe about One Piece. It depends what you guys think. But this is just something new for me. If you guys like this, then the next episode of this specific anime. I mean, we could do others, but we're talking about this specific anime in this case. Then next one we'll talk about the ranks, and we told you about the people and the order and everything. But in the next video, we'll tell you about the ranks and, why, we think that.
Yeah, like ranks and bounties. Bounties. Like how Zoro's first mate and Sanji's, what's Sanji, I guess?
Yeah.
Cook, I guess.
But
I guess it's ranks.
But, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. This is the video, and we hope you enjoyed, and we hope you'll see you next time.
We might do another one soon if you guys...
Yeah, if you
get
guys
a bunch of likes on this.
Yeah. All right.
See ya.
See ya.